good evening, good evening. How are we all doing? Whoopsies, whoopsies.
Good
Hey,
evening.
how's it going, everybody? Welcome, welcome, welcome to round 6 here in PSGL. Chiz, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing very well, thank you. Very excited for Monza. Obviously, such an iconic Grand Prix, and we get to witness all these incredibly quick drivers um go through it all.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
gonna be a heck of a round. Obviously, like you, I know you're always a very big fan of watching the F1 streams. I usually end up watching them Thursday nights. So I heard that we had a bit of a good race
Oof.
yesterday with a
It
great
it
victor.
was it was tasty. On the last lap, Barry Boromond um making contact with Freddie Rasmussen,
Oof.
taking them both out, and Lucas Blakely able to win the Grand Prix, and Brendan Lee was second. I can't remember. I think it's Tomek. I
Yeah,
can't pronounce his last name in
I think
third.
you're right. Yeah, I saw the standings afterwards. I'm a huge Lucas Blakely fan. I am like the most biased commentator of all time, and I'll take it, to the grave. So I was super stoked to see him get a win last night. I heard about it, and I'm really excited to watch the race today. Speaking of the race today, we're at the Temple of Speed. Mons, as we all know, is the fastest track in the entire calendar. What are you most excited for about today, Chiz?
Um, there's so much. There's so much to think about. Just the speed that they go through. Obviously with turn four, I don't know if you know, but there's the 60 FPS glitch, and which basically it like lets you go over the curbs
Hmm.
a lot better and gain a lot more speed. Because it like doesn't register the curbs, and I think it'll be interesting who's got that and
Hmm.
how everyone does all that. Um,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Everyone just combats that. Yeah, it's when I was speaking to Brendan and Lucas, they were saying like, 'cause I think Brendan wasn't using it yesterday. We're still able to get like right up there.
Hmm.
And I think Lucas was. So it's interesting to see, who's gonna use it, who's gonna use it better.
Yeah.
But I think that's such a small part of the entire race, to be honest, because it is Monza. It's a Temple of Speed. It's such a low downforce place.
Yeah.
Who can be most comfortable on the throttle? Who can get the better exits? And it's really, you live or die in the corners, like with the exits.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
So
you don't have a whole lot of corners to get right anyway. Only 11
that's true.
turns. Good time for us to check out a track map. Only 11 turns over 27 laps. 3.6 miles. And fun fact, did you know that these drivers are going to be flat out for more than 80% of the track's distance?
Wow,
Yes, it is
that is
so
quite a lot.
it's a lot. It is so intense on your car. If you're like, using a real car, it's very, very, very intense on these cars. So that's why you'll see oftentimes the race right after Monza, teams will be taking engine replacements because they're destroying their engines at this track. The OG layout though was not just 3.6 miles. It was actually double the length. Remember the old banked corner that they used to have
Oh
way back
yeah,
in the day?
yeah. I was watching earlier, when the Grand Tour. I think it was Monza. I'm 90% sure it was when they were going on it, and how steep it was, and how quickly they were able to take the corners. It's really amazing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's
I mean,
mind-boggling.
I kind of I wish, obviously it would not work. The track is so bumpy. And obviously the floors, it wouldn't work, but I would love to see what it'd be like for the modern day cars to try and drive it.
Yeah, I feel like it would just be for lack of a better term, honestly, a death wish. I mean, they got rid of the banked turn because it was so deadly. It killed, I want to say, 3 different drivers in just 2 years back to back. In the 50s. So they were like, "Hey, this is probably a bad idea to keep this thing in." So obviously they changed it. But did you know that that is basically the only change they've made to Monza over the years? Unlike so many of the other OG tracks from the very first, World Championship, Monza's remained pretty much untouched. Besides a couple chicanes added in there, everything else is the same.
Wow.
Yeah, it's one of the few
I mean,
like,
yeah, I mean, rightly so. It's such an iconic track.
yeah.
Um,
Silverstone's had a lot of
yeah,
modification, as we know. They've changed where you start. They've changed how the corners
yeah.
work. They've changed everything, right? Spa, same
You
thing.
know, if you go to Silverstone, there is a museum that you can go to,
Mm,
called the Silverstone Interactive Museum. I went there back in like May, I think it was.
uh-huh.
And you get to walk like where the old track was, where they went in, like, I think it was the late 80s, maybe late 90s. I can't even remember where, but it was the old start finish straight. There's like a tunnel. It was really cool.
Really?
Got to walk through there. There's a big like Lewis Hamilton. Um, oh, what are they called? when you have a big painting.
Like like a mural?
Mural, yeah, mural. A big Lewis
Yeah.
Hamilton one, I think that's what it's called. But yeah, it was really cool. Definitely recommend that one.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Well, back to Monza today. I obviously have some more fun facts. I'm gonna save those for a little bit. But this is likely to be a relatively short race. It is quite possibly going to be our shortest race all season. Given the fact that we have such crazy average speeds, and race lengths are not dictated based on time; they're dictated based on distance, and that's why every single track has different lap counts because they're trying to reach a certain distance marker for how many miles you're supposed to drive. Now, this track is very famously favorable to pole sitters. So that being said, we've got about 2 more minutes until we get into qualifying. Who are you really looking at today as a standout showing, especially in qualifying?
My normal bet, Balazs Palmer, let me down today. Not here, not here today.
He's not here today.
I don't know. I'm gonna say I think obviously Rishan. He's got 8 points already in the championship lead. He's gonna be up there, of course. I think he's up there every week.
Yeah,
he's for sure good enough to move up to those lower tiers, I guess.
Yeah.
Definitely to see up there. FedEx, Lucas Eduardo, seen is Taz here today? I don't think Taz is here today.
Taz is not here
He's on the
today, no.
lobby at least at the moment.
Yep.
I would like to see Ayub Khan up there. I will happily be a little bit open that I'm a bit of an Ayub Khan fan.
Oh yeah, you've recently become an Ayub Khan fanboy. I remember you telling me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would be nice to see him up there.
They'd be good. You know, I will say this track, in real life at least, is famous for bringing out crazy races with crazy race winners. People like Pierre Gasly winning out of nowhere, Charles Leclerc winning out of nowhere when he wasn't really doing that great in early Ferrari days. Daniel last year. So there's a chance for an upset win here too. Now, however, that's obviously real life mechanics and real life car difficulties, and the fact that most cars aren't set up to this track for a reason because there's no other track quite like this. Now it comes to driving styles. I wonder if Rishan will be able to nail it because he only has 11 corners to get right every single time. You got to get them perfect every single time. If he doesn't, he's losing lots of time. So I don't know. I'm hoping for an upset winner personally.
I think it'll be quite nice. To be honest, I would like to see one of the guys who we haven't really seen too much of yet. Really take a win, or who we've seen in the midfield. Ayub Khan.
Yep.
Lewis Piper. Even Noel Carman. He's definitely been up there. Not quite lucky enough to get a win. Maximilian Lucker. He was there in Austria. Hasn't raced since, and is now here in Italy. Copy. Popular name. FedEx as well. I'd like to see one of those guys win.
Yeah.
Taz as well. I think Taz has won a race. Someone who hasn't won a race yet, though, I think would be really nice.
Yeah, I agree. Well, hey, we did hear the beeps, so it looks like we're about ready to go racing here at the Temple of Speed. I am absolutely stoked. I do want to show you guys. Remember that. First things first. Let's thank our sponsors, GT Omega and Grid Rival. Mega thank you to both of them for continuously supporting us as a channel. And remember, guys, at the end of the stream, you can use the GT Omega code PSGL on checkout and get an extra 5% off. And on top of that, Grid Rival obviously making a phenomenal competitor to F1 Manager, and I'd say go check them out too. They're both exceptionally fun. On top of that, let's go check out the calendar before we get into qualifying. Remember, this is week number 6. Next week we are at Abu Dhabi, and we just finished Japan. That Japan race was pretty wild too, wasn't it?
Actually, hate to correct you here, but there has been a little update to the calendar. Not put in the calendar channel, but it was put in announcements not too long ago. It's Imola next week instead of Abu Dhabi. I think they've literally just been switched around. So new order is round 7 Italy, 8 Brazil, 9 Saudi Arabia, 10 United States, and then 11 Great Britain.
Oh, whoops. Well,
no.
Don't pay attention to me.
It's fine.
Yeah, it didn't happen. Well, hey, we've got qualifying about to get underway. I am so excited. We're going to have a lot of fun here.
Of course.
Had a little bit of a quick... There we go. Beautiful.
My eyes have spotted Aston Martin of Lucas Eduardo already out of the pits. The first one, 2 setters lap, obviously only on this out lap at the moment.
Yeah, it's already out there, huh?
yeah, I will follow. I'm just gonna look at the onboard through turn 4 to see. No, I'm not really taking the curbs too much because I want to know if people are going to be doing this little glitch. Oh, I didn't quite go on the onboard. I think FedEx just took it quite aggressively. Obviously, I don't know. People could literally just be taking it aggressively, purely for the sake of it.
Yeah, no, this is also an outlap too, so obviously these guys are going to be...
That's true, that's true, that's true.
You know, just kind of chilling out. Hey, so I got a couple fun facts for us today. You ready for a fun fact?
I am ready.
And
oh yeah, sorry, just to interrupt you.
Oh, yes.
Richard on his outlap going straight over the curb.
Of course he
completely
does.
unaffected. You would expect that from one of the top drivers to be utilizing the game.
No surprise. Well, hey, so speaking of Rishon and people who are going to finish at the top, this track actually has the closest win ever. Closest finish ever. Gapped by just 0.01 seconds in 1971.
Wow.
Little fun fact. That
Is
race,
that
race, the lead changed in the last 5 laps 8 times.
Wasn't there that one with the 2 Ferraris with Schumacher and it was Barrichello?
No, this one was in
1971.
That Barrichello one
right,
was
yeah, obviously,
in the 90s, late 90s.
What was that distance?
Oh, it was like maybe half a second. It was close.
Oh right,
yeah, it was close.
Oh, right, so it's not much.
This track always brings out some good action. That is always true.
Yeah.
Now,
I'm not sure. I think that one was. Yeah, I can't remember.
So I'm on the camera of Lucas Eduardo. He goes a little bit off onto the grass. Actually, almost does the tire dipping glitch, which you see in iRacing. He decided to call his lap done after he got a little squirrely. But he did catch. He did cut. Sorry, that turn 4 quite massively, like you were talking about.
Yeah, I'm watching Richard right now going into turn 4. I'm gonna absolutely send it over. Oh wow, he invalidates. Like, you can see how much more confident he is.
Yeah, so they are gonna run for it on that spot. You think every single time?
Yeah. I maybe in quali, maybe not in the race. It's a bit risky in the race, I think.
I think you're probably right. Now I'm also now watching the Ferrari of Matt, who also just tried the same thing and invalidated himself. So it looks like everyone's trying it and no one's really getting it quite right. Let's see if the AM can do it. Lucas Eduardo, solid 26.3. It's not a speedy lap, but it's just a lap just to put in.
Oh, it's Rafa Martins is retired.
At the Parabolica.
I think he spun out of Parabolica. Yeah.
I
was gonna say SH Vito able to do the turn 4 and
did it right.
Yeah, Purple Sector 1 did it all right, looking very quick on this lap.
I just realized another language difference between you and I. You said SHZ instead of SHZ, and I was like, huh?
Oh, you know, I normally say Z. I feel like Z makes more sense, and I have the perfect reasoning.
No, why is your reasoning?
You're familiar with the alphabet, yes?
Of course.
Obviously.
You know the 26 letters that make up the English language, right?
It's a simple rhyme, which goes like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z.
Yeah, exactly. It makes
no sense. I don't know about you, but I think there's an odd one out there.
I think there is too. Yes, I agree. Also, speaking of an odd one out, BAM is now the odd one out with a solid pole. But yeah, dude, absolutely. I totally agree. The Z makes way more sense.
Exactly.
Now, that being said, I am also going to say Lucas Eduardo versus Lucas Eduardo.
Lucas Eduardo. I don't know why. That was just a mistake, me saying Lucas Eduardo.
It's the same thing as you putting the I in for like aluminum, even though it's spelled aluminum, not aluminium.
In the UK, it is spelled with the I. With the I.
You keep telling me that, but I don't know why. I just feel like that's a conspiracy theory. I feel like I don't believe it.
It's a conspiracy theory, the way we pronounce aluminium.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm getting confused now how to pronounce it. I'm going to forget.
Yeah. Well, I'm on Maximilian Lucart. He's chilling. Run Lesmo 2 looks pretty solid. And he's running up towards the Ascari chicane. I think he's sorry, not the Ascari chicane. What's that? Yeah, it is Ascari. That's the turn 8, 9, 10, right?
It was purple in the middle sector.
He did. Do you know? Ascari is actually named after an old Ferrari driver who did die at this track.
Alberto Ascari. Yes, I did.
Now, do you know how he died, though?
No.
He was actually testing a Ferrari sports car, not a Ferrari F1 car.
That's quite sad.
I know.
Well, sad either way, but you know.
Yep, that's driving, man. It's dangerous.
You know, today I think it's the memory of Antoine Hubert, which is obviously one of the most recent tragedies. It is really sad. So, thoughts are with his family today.
Yeah, agreed. That was a very dark day for motorsports.
Oh yeah,
especially in recent history, like the fact that that's even possible. And then the year after that, that crazy pileup in W Series was insane.
yeah.
So I'm hoping this year's safety improvements to Spa make a big difference. I think they will.
That's true. They are adding those. That's interesting.
They made a big difference from what I've seen. So we'll see. Well, speaking of big difference, let's see if Rishon can make a big difference and get himself on pole. He is just about to start his first hot lap. Goes wide on the entry instead of inside on the entry. So one thing I've noticed about some drivers, some take the wide exit out of Parabolica, and some of them stay super tight. Which one do you think is better?
I mean, I've done a lot of testing on time trial on this track. I got to say they're both. I don't know why the inside. It always seems to work quicker for me, even though theoretically it should be the wide. I felt the tight works better.
I think it's because you're covering less distance.
That's true.
But yeah, I've noticed...
But if it's just to gain a speed, it's like because you're giving yourself more time, more distance to gain, to accelerate more.
Yeah.
It should be higher speed, but it just,
True.
I don't know. I think it's maybe to confidence on the exit as well when you're turning, obviously.
Could be right.
It can be a bit more difficult.
Hey, well, speaking of confidence, Rishon does look very confident. You should have seen the way he just blasted through turn 4. He looked like it was nothing to him. He did do the little bit of cut, and it looked very, very real, very, very good.
Yeah. Oh wow! Look how much you can take a Scari. Oh, yes. It's definitely not just a. Yeah, even lost a steering a little bit there. It kept it so firm.
Yeah.
So definitely, it's not just turn 4 that I don't know. The FES has to have something to do with that.
Wow.
Yeah, going to come through the final corner.
And he takes
very
the inside.
Parabolica. Yeah, that's because it's the shortest distance. Obviously, when you're finishing, you want the shortest distance line. He goes pole. Then, sorry, provisional pole with there, 119.3.
That's
I think when you're starting the lap, I don't know. It's still contested, but I think when you're finishing, definitely inside.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Well,
You think pole might be an 8?
I'm looking at Abe Khan right here. Yeah, somebody says that pole might be in the 18s. I see that as well. I don't know, man.
I was speaking to Hyperactive earlier. Oh, as he goes 4th place, 20.0. As Hyperactive, the F5 commentator, he thinks it would be a low 17 in F5. Sorry, a high 17. I think that's a bit optimistic. Considering these tiers are very close, I think that's a bit optimistic. I think definitely high 18. I think we'll see to get pole.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get to the 18s. I say that as FedEx almost does it. It gets a 19-1.
Goodness me.
Oh my
Goodness
gosh,
me.
I was watching him come across the line. He looked really, really good. Wow, that was a good lap from him. I'm gonna go back down to the Ferraris because neither of the Ferraris have set a time yet, and that's been hard to see. I know this is Tifosi Central right here, so the Tifosi in the crowd must be going crazy for Matt and Maximilian Lucart trying to set themselves a good lap. Hey, speaking of which, Tifosi, and another fun fact about this track: did you know that this track is actually in the grounds of the largest city park in all of Europe, not just Italy.
Wow.
So it's the largest public city park in all of Europe, which is why it can fit the 100,000 fans that flock here every single year.
Yeah.
50,000 in grandstand, 50,000 in general standing. It's mind-boggling how much room they actually have for people. Now, let's see how much room SXT Matt has to improve on his time. Almost cranks into the 18s, but he's also 19.338.
Look at 8,000th.
Wow. Do you think we're going to see that a lot?
Yeah, for sure. We've seen it so much this season already. Definitely going to see it more. SHZ Vito, I get it right this time, on a lap. Doesn't go over the curb in turn 4 this time, taking it a bit more cautious.
Is he on an out lap or is he on a hot lap? I think he's on a hot lap.
I thought he was on a hot lap.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's got one extra lap hold of wear, so maybe he had an invalid early on, and he's giving it another go.
Yep.
He's short shifted there though.
Oh,
nah, he's lifting.
out.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know what that was.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, 4.1 seconds off. That must be an in lap then.
Yes, could be. Well, I'm watching Noah Carlman because he is on his first potential valid hot lap. If he can lay it down. He's our lobby host, one of the most wonderful regular members here in PSGL. Let's see what he can do. So that's a pretty solid sector 2 at 55.7. Says it goes purple.
Oh,
Dude, that
look how
entry
close he was to
Ascari.
cutting that. Goodness me.
Wow, that was a absolutely nailed down Ascari right there. That was gorgeous.
Yeah.
That takes some serious commitment. That's scary to do it that fast.
Yeah, wow, that was, yeah. For sure.
I'm amazed. I'm genuinely amazed.
Cutting that close.
And-
Oh, is he in the pits?
Yeah, he says it's not good enough. I guess that's fair. He was at kind of a bit of a slow time, so he may as well just.
Yeah, only
Save
6 minutes
effort.
left though, so he needs to get a banker in.
He
Both of us
does.
said he's not actually setting a lap yet. I think Taz is on a lap
I think so too.
to set his first flying lap. Taz,
Yeah.
one of the regular drivers up front.
Oh, we said he wasn't going to be
heading-
here today, but he did make it.
Oh yeah, he must have taken control of an AI. That's why he hasn't set a lap yet. Maybe he's a little bit late.
Possibly.
Taking Ascari very firmly there though.
See,
Into the final straight.
I think the thing that's going to separate a lot of these drivers when it comes to their Ascari pace is whether or not they take that exit curb hot or not on
Yeah.
the final bit of it, that left-hander. How much of that exit curb they take. I mean, this is going to be a quick lap from Taz. 19.2. That's pretty
Oh,
good.
P2. That's a first lap as well. Insane.
Pretty nuts. Now, speaking of P2, what did he get last year in F6?
P2.
Look
Oh,
at How about that?
yeah, finishing P2 there. He's gonna want to try and rectify that from last year and win this year.
Well, I'm on Rishon Cam because I know he's about to try to set another hot lap. Let's see what he can do.
Only 300 up, sending it over the chicane. A little bit on the gravel, but that won't really harm his time.
Probably not, at least.
Through the first Lesmo, taking it nice and carefully. And the second one, I mean, I say carefully, he's got foot to the floor,
Yeah,
pushing
right.
as hard as he can.
Carefully is relative here. Man, it's mind-boggling to see. He's actually
Oh, is he-
almost 3/10 slower. Yeah, that gravel maybe did do him
He's-
a lot worse.
Yeah, I don't see him backing out. Or maybe he hasn't turned his ERS off. Still going to fight to finish his lap. Fair enough, fair enough.
Yeah, I think
We'll see what he does.
had faith that he could improve over those 3/10 worth of loss in set 3, but I could see him short shifting there.
Yeah,
He's going into pits.
He's going to be in. I have a question for you.
I got
Do
an
you
answer for
ever want... Do you ever wish that they do full qualifying in the tiers that aren't F1?
You know, that's a great question. I see the pros and cons of both. I think that full qualifying does add, a pretty interesting level of, obviously realism and all that kind of stuff. But what you sacrifice is time economy. It is very long.
That's true.
And also these, for lack of a better term, lower tier drivers, they're really just trying to put in some laps. They're just trying to get as
That's
much
true.
time as they can on track. And every single time that, you get eliminated in Q1 or Q2, that's, 20 to 30 minutes of less time that you get on track compared to everybody else.
That's very true. To be honest, I still would like it. I think it would be very cool to have, but obviously, yeah, time restrictions are a bit difficult. They'd have to start all of them at 7, which would, cause a bit of a pile-up problem.
Yeah, agreed. And it would just be I think it'd be too much all at once.
Yeah, especially with the internet. A lot of the international drivers, a lot more Eastern,
Yes.
would have to stay up really late, which just wouldn't be healthy in the end.
Yep. Now, I will say Fiat did just put himself in 11th. That's his first hot lap. And Neryl Carlman, the only one yet to set a valid lap. Hopefully he'll be coming out of the grid really soon. Actually, I see his engineer letting him out. Yep, he is out. Neryl Carlman is about to start an out lap to go put a hot one down. I don't know if we're going to get into those 18s, man. I don't know. I think if we do, that's gonna be pretty impressive. What do you think? Do you think we're gonna get into the 18s?
I'm rooting for it. I say why not? It's 1.5 tenths for FedEx to gain. Doesn't sound like much, but it is quite a lot. But
Yeah,
I have
that's
faith.
true. Hey, speaking of small gaps, I mean, do you notice that 1st through 15th is all separated by just 7/10?
Wow.
That's
I just
mind-boggling.
think Ayub Khan return to the pits. He's going to be so close for time if he wants to go out again. I'm going to keep an eye on him. But
Yeah,
I
that
really
will
hope
be
he does
close.
manage to get out. He's in P10 right now, looking to improve considering how close it all is. Yeah, we'll see. He's still got quite a bit of time, to be fair.
Well, I'm going to be checking out Matt right now. He's just starting his hot lap right now, sitting in 4th place, just 8 thousandths off the pace of Papa Pace. And he really cuts the heck out of turn 1. I like that line that he took. Now, I wonder if, the Delta times are going to like that line that he just took, because it seemed fast from a spectator's view, but sometimes what looks fast is really slow.
Yeah, I know everyone wants an Ayub Khan update. He is out of the pits. This is going to be very Martin. He's going to have about 5 seconds to spare. He's going to push like hell, and he's going to have cold tires. And he's going to watch out for traffic.
I do also want to say SST Mats is, he was in just the first sector from taking that turn 1 so much better. He was up almost 2/10 on just one turn, basically. So let's see if he can hold that, improvement if he did well enough through Lesmos. He
really
did
fine margins.
And he cuts.
Oh, Ayub Khan. Very clever there. Cutting the chicane just to try and get to the checkered as quick as possible. He's got to do it, to be honest.
Yeah, he does.
The time, he really doesn't have time to be dawdling.
Ooh, Lucas is wide out.
If he spins or anything, he's out. Yeah, going P3. Sorry there. Lucas Eduardo going P3.
Very close margin between P2 P3 as well. Look at that.
I have to agree with Void. I think we're getting into the 18s.
You think so?
30 seconds left. Come on, Ayub. I think he's going to be the last one. Oh, there's also Copy on an out lap. He's about to start his lap. Andrew Fairley.
Retired in pits.
Okay, retired in the pits. Doesn't think he can improve. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have enough time.
Yeah.
DAM is on an out lap. He's about to start his, I believe. Yep. Oh, yes, it's just Ayub Khan. Is he going to make it? Yes, he is. Thank goodness. With 8 seconds to spare.
Vito has just set the best lap he can do. He's a 19.5, so he'll go no better than 10th. If Lewis Piper, Ayub Khan, anybody does better than him, then he is he's out of that 10th place position and moves back a spot on the grid. No, Carlman does.
Oh my goodness! In the 18s,
he proved me wrong. Look at him go. That's his first. Wait, hold on. That's his first valid lap too.
It is, and he goes provisional pole position. As Rishon goes P2 with a 19 flat, not going to be getting pole position today. Wow, that is some serious pace. As Galaxy lives as well. FedEx in the pits. Those guys are not going to set any better times.
Nope.
Can Taz do anything? Taz going through Ascari. Oh, as he spins it around Ascari.
Ooh.
Never mind. Lucas Eduardo, he's about to finish his lap. Can he challenge?
Nope,
No, he comes
goes
into
in.
the pits. Matt, can he do anything?
He's invalid.
Matt is invalidated. The AM not going to do anything.
Well.
Can Ayub Khan
copies it.
Pole position.
Copy puts 10.
I'm watching his stream. Ayub Khan is about half a 10th up, so currently this would put him P14.
Okay, let's see what he can
I hope
do.
his parabolic is good. We'll see what he can do. He's going to come across the line. Oh, no improvement.
Oh, he just invalidated right at the very end. Literally, he tried to cut that last little bit of track just a little bit, and he literally invalidated it on the final corner, on the way into the start-finish line. That's tough. Well, Noel Carlman. Oh my gosh, what an upset pole position from him. He's got to be on fire right now. Super stoked, because that is a good lap. And Void, you are correct. He said that we were going to the 18s. I didn't believe, and I should have believed. Well done from Noel Carlman. Rishon sitting in second place. FedEx in third. Galaxy in fourth. Taz is in fifth. Lucas Eduardo in sixth. That's our first 3 rows. Oof. It's going to be close.
It is. It is. Oh,
okay, I need to check the gaps between everybody. That's what I did not get a chance to look at. So it looks like the whole grid is separated by just everybody except for K's and Ralph Martin's is 6/10. That's mind-boggling. Our close gaps are Copy Andrew Fairley 5,000ths. Oh my gosh, some of these are insane. Like, these are mind-boggling. 2.17 to 2.29. Oh, Galaxy lives in Taz. That's really close too. And then Pole was won by just 0.03 of a second. So well done from Noel Carlman. Amazing.
I wonder if Rishon's going to be disappointed with that. I mean, Noel Carlman had one valid run. But we know Rishon has incredible race pace as well. So
yeah. But we also know Rishon always disappointed with himself, no matter if he wins it or gets 19th
That's
place.
very true.
So I'm sure he is a little disappointed. Yeah, we'll find out in the after race interview, right?
Oh, it's wet. Intermediate conditions.
It is looking intermediate. You're right. Just a little hazy. Well,
so those people that put on 0-0 wings, they're going to be regretting that now. If any of them did, I'm sure they saw the weather forecast, obviously, because we can't.
Yeah,
So, I
maybe
mean,
that's
let's hope that they
why.
did right setups. Oh, yeah,
Maybe
that's true. That's
maybe that
true.
is why the quality times were a little bit slower than maybe we were expecting to see, because they were running higher downforce.
Very good point.
That's a very, very real
Um,
possibility. Well, hey, now's a good time for us to thank our sponsors one more time. GT Omega and Grid Rival. Obviously, thank you so much to both of you guys. Remember, guys, if you guys are in the market for a rig setup, go check out GT Omega PSGL code and check out for 5% off. You ready for this?
no.
You're not ready. Hey, at least you're honest. I'm not either. I don't think you ever could be ready. But we got 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, and 5 lights are on. And they're out. And it is race time here in Italy. Look at that good launch from a lot of those guys. McLaren pulling out to the middle. That looks like Taz. He's already made a position. Oh my gosh. This dive down turn 1 is going to get crazy. I'm sure it's going to get wild. So far, no carnage.
I thought I just saw a spin in the back. There was some contact. Kane, I think, was hit a little bit.
Looks like Fedot had to drop down like crazy.
Yep. No comment. Oh, look, no comment. Half a tenth ahead of Roshan. Gonna maintain the lead. It's a turn 4. Roshan not quite able to do anything, but yeah, Galaxy Lives jumps. I think he jumps up to P3.
Yeah, he moved a position up. Big gainer right now from the first couple corners is Maximilian Luckert. Just kidding. He's losing lots of positions now. I don't know what the heck just happened to him. He was up 4. Now he's only up 2. But our big loser is FedEx and Copy, both losing 3. Tough for those guys. That's unfortunate.
Yep.
This
any major talking points? I don't think so.
No, I just saw Lucas Eduardo kind of try to peek his way out and make a look at the McLaren through Ascari, but he decided to back out.
I can't getting down the inside of Maximilian Luckert. Also getting a really good exit. I think the AM was on the grass. He manages to get ahead of him as well.
We got a little pass going on.
Great jump from him.
Yeah. Aston Martin Ferrari, they're battling into the Parabolica. Almost make contact on the exit out of it, but the Ferrari backed out. So that's Maximilian, or Matty, excuse me, taking the position off of Mats, and Mats takes it right back. And they're just going back and forth. Are they going to go side by side in turn 1? I think they are. Uh-oh. Oh, he goes for it. He's staying on it. That is brave. Can he get the exit on the outside? No, he can't. There's a little bit of contact. Pushes him on the grass. And Matty loses 1, 2, maybe even a 3rd position. Nope. Ayub Khan's a little bit too far back. Oh, I don't know if I believe in that strat from Matty right there. I think Matty probably should have just backed out and stayed away and let the Ferrari take the position through turn 1 and then go get him on an exit. But
I mean, you know, as I said earlier, it's either you live or you die here on the corners. So clearly choosing to really go for it. I think Ayub Khan was fighting with the AM on turn 1 there. I did to make a little bit of contact.
Yeah.
It's just because it's so difficult to squeeze 2 cars through there.
I think you're right.
But he is facing Matty. Matty, getting quite a few stats of oversteer. So
we're gonna have a little side-by-side action between an AlphaTauri and a Ferrari going into Ascari. It's Matt's again going side-by-side with another driver, but he decided to play the preservation game and back out, which I think is what Matty should have. Oh, that didn't work out great for him. He just crashed the NEDNFs in the wall.
Yeah, sorry. Matt's in the wall. Oh, that was disappointing. Sorry, I was on board with Ayub Khan just because I was watching him from before.
Did you happen to see Matt's flying off to the right side?
I did. And Lewis Piper got a big stuff of oversteer from it. Was put off his line, was incredibly slow. Ayub Khan going alongside was about to overtake millimeters away, and then the VSC comes out.
Oh no!
And I can see his scream, the disappointment on his face when that happened.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough.
Yeah.
That was a crazy one. That was a bad snap. I was on camera with him too, luckily enough, so I got to see him totally slam it into the wall. Tough for Matt. The Tifosi not having a great day here.
Yeah,
in Italy.
I mean, they're gonna, especially in the wets, when you're starting a little bit further back, you know, you got to be looking to make, you know, these spectacular cessation, sublime dive bombs, you know, just to get into the top positions. Especially when these guys are so quick, the dive bombs mean everything.
Agreed.
So it's really important.
Well, I do want to say hello to everybody that's hanging out in chat, watching this race today. Thank you so much for joining us. Jack, hello. Rupin, hello. It's going to be a good rest of this race, I'm sure. Now, I do also want to point out Noah Karlman has had a phenomenal first couple laps. He's already up. You know, it says 8/10. You know, we'll discount the delta because I'm sure that's making up a little bit of that difference. But he was up, I want to say, about 6 or 7 tenths before VSC started, and now he's up almost a whole second as Rishon had a mistake coming out of Ascari. and got a little squirrely. So no DRS means no redemption for Rishon to kind of come back into it.
No.
That's far. Recoverable? What do you think?
Yeah. Oh, never say never. Never say never. VC spins.
But at the same time,
yeah.
it's tough for sure. I mean, he has closed the gap down a little bit, right? But it's still tough. I'm at the very back right now looking at Noah Carbon's teammate Fedot making a pass on the Alfa Romeo of Hayes. Fedot made it done pretty easy going on the start-finish straight like it was nothing. Just cut a knife through butter, nice and simple. What have you been seeing up the front of the grid? Have you been seeing anybody going for anything wild?
I mean, I've been looking at the backs, just seeing if we could do anything. If those guys can do anything even. It looks pretty textbook here. Everyone in a little bit of a train. A bit of a gap between, was that 10th and, actually no, I can't speak. A little bit of a gap between 5th and 6th, and then 4th and 5th. But yeah, that is about it.
Those are really the only big gaps. Rafa Martin's obviously a little ways away. Him sitting in 13th. He's about 2 seconds out from the AM. I like watching around that Ascari section because you start seeing people make mistakes on the exit. Like I saw Maddie make a bit of a snap of oversteer. Everyone's snapping of oversteer on the exit of Ascari.
Khan is saying that the weather's going to dry up.
Ooh.
That's going to be an interesting thing to look out for. Yeah, we'll see when that happens.
So if the weather dries up,
yeah,
I was gonna say once DRS gets enabled, that's gonna cause a lot of carnage, I'm sure, or a lot of switch ups. The AM actually now getting past your boy Ayab Khan decides to relegate and let him through in turn 1. Plays the preservation game, which I think is what Matty should have done. Would have been a position or two higher had he done that.
Yep.
Higher up the grid, I always look at the closest delta times, and I see FedEx, the closest to Andrew Fairley. He's not that far away. The reason why I always pick the closest delta times is because that's where all the mistakes happen.
Oh, we literally just went on board Lewis Piper because I saw a little gap there. SH Vito had to cut turn 4. Turn 4-5 chicane. Don't know what happened there, missed his breaking point or whatever, but yeah, lost a little bit of time there.
Oof. Everybody obviously still on their old inters. No penalties yet, but I'm going to leave it on that penalty screen so we can see if somebody grabs one. I wonder if they will. I'm kind of impressed that nobody's caught a penalty yet.
It's a long race.
It is long race.
I've definitely seen people. SH Vito spinning at Ascari, exit Ascari. He is out. That's a full safety car.
Yeah, it is. It's
full
right in the middle of
safety
the track.
car there.
I did not see that coming. I would have never get. How many more people do you think are going to get taken out from Ascari? Because that's 2 now. Ooh.
It's in the wet. It's so difficult. Just seen someone asking in the chat if not allowed to communicate a message in the chat. Yes, we are.
Yes, yeah, I just saw that too. I'm just focused on the race, Jack. Do we see people pop in the pits? Yeah. We do. Are we going to go on dry tires already because it's not raining anymore?
I see mediums.
Oh my
and hards. I was on the hards. Other people have seen the mediums. If you switch to the tire screen.
I'm on the tire screen right now. Yeah, we got the top 9 not going in. Oh boy, what do you think about that, Brett, for these top guys? Do you think that's the right move?
The mediums are not going to last. Sorry, okay, so I know you're asking about the inters. I just want to say that I don't think the mediums are going to last. And these Haas, the people who are going to Haas, Ayab Khan, I would love if he won. Andrew Fairley as well, who I literally think is his teammate, so maybe a bit of Williams' strategy there. Very clever. Inters guys, they're going to have to pit for dries. It doesn't matter how quickly he does, but whether they can gain a good 20 seconds after the safety car, if they don't do it on the safety car, that's going to be difficult. Maybe they have an advantage because obviously it's so much more difficult to warm the tyres up, and the hards are horrible in this game. The medium's not too bad. But
I must agree, the hards definitely aren't the best. This is going to be it's going to be a lot to ask for those guys that are going on the hards. You're right.
Yeah, I feel like Rishon, Noah Carmen, Lucas. Oh no, they'd passed the line, so they are still allowed to pit, and it will be under the delta, and they won't lose anything. FedEx though is actually no, they might lose a little bit because I think FedEx might catch up to the safety car just in time. But yeah, so they get a free pit stop, but it's anyone as of now who doesn't pit will be losing out.
Yes, exactly.
Which is
Yeah.
literally just FedEx and DAM. Oh,
Yep,
I've
that's it.
gone. Oh my
What
goodness.
happened?
Coming out of Ascari, he nearly just died. He just did the best drift I have ever seen. I'm clipping this and sending it to you on Discord so you can have it on your phone or something. Because oh my goodness.
Oh wow. I mean, that's the testament of these slick tires in this slightly wet weather. I mean, I'm on pretty high detail for the weather effects on purpose. That way I can really see just how wet or dry this track is, and it does not look good enough in my opinion.
Right, I need to send this to you because that was
It was gorgeous.
That was gorgeous.
We've got another like lap or two under safety car, so I wonder if we'll even have a chance to show it on stream too. Maybe be able to put it up as a display capture. I wish I had a replay. I wish I had a replay. Next week I'll have a replay function up. We can easily show it. How good is it?
Oh, it's still giving me anxiety. Goodness me.
Oops.
Wow, that was a mega save. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Maybe I'm being a bit biased here, but wow.
Well, there's no point. There's no point not being biased. That's half the fun of being a commentator. Is becoming a fan of people and becoming super biased. Yeah.
Hang on. What has happened here? There's a big pile up between a Poppy and going downwards.
Andrew Fairley's going like 2 miles an hour. Probably somebody got a pass glitch or something like that.
Oh no.
Andrew Fairley probably got the pass glitch. We had to let everybody go through. Yep. Almost certainly that's what happened. Yep. So that's gonna back up this safety car restart. Another lap, quite probably, because that's 24 seconds of lost time they just had.
I mean, I hope that was a bug and not just a team tactics. Maybe he's pitting or something, I don't know.
It was probably a bug. I bet you somebody got a little bit squirrely on the exit of Lesmo 1 or Lesmo 2.
Unless one of those teammates was pitting, but I don't think he was.
Nah.
Because if your teammate's pitting slow down, obviously that's illegal, but you could do it. I mean, you shouldn't do it, obviously.
But like, don't encourage that. Don't get them any ideas. You can't tell that. They're all listening to this while they're racing. I promise you.
Know what I was doing? I was commentating a different league on Tuesday, and there was these two Mercedes guys. One in first and one in last, and the guy in second was catching the guy in first. The guy in last pitted, came on a fresh set of softs, came out just ahead of his teammate on hards, and gave him DRS all the way till the end so he could win the race.
Wow.
And he wouldn't have won without it. I'm not sure if that was deemed illegal or not yet. I haven't actually seen.
Oh my gosh, that is some.
That was an
strats.
intense team tactic.
But would that be illegal? Because if he's,
I think so. I should be because technically you're not like going to blue flags. So.
But if you're within a second, I think if you just keep it like that 9/10, you won't get hit with blue flags.
Yep.
So I think it maybe is borderline legal. Maybe it's illegal. I'm not sure.
It was deemed not illegal, apparently.
Oh my gosh! See, so maybe that's just like
I was
genius.
not expecting that. I was expecting that to be deemed illegal.
Oh,
but no.
Well, I'm throwing the camera on Maddie because he has to put the pedal to the metal and start really trying to catch up. The AM and FedEx both have
FedEx is in.
Mistakes.
Yep. So they should have pitted earlier.
They're gonna go from first and second all the way to the back.
They're barely gonna lose out now because actually no. They might. No, they're still going to lose out.
They're going to go to the back. Almost to the back.
Oh, I don't know. It might be close.
It'll be really close.
No, see, so because of that gap, some of these guys are benefited, and I really hope Khan has not lost out because of it, but I think he's going to lose 2 positions because of it. Oh, no, never mind. He was allowed to overtake.
Yep, because it wasn't before the pit exit line, so he was fine. Yeah. We do have Hayes going into the pit, so he's going to slow down the restart process a whole nother lap, potentially. Oh my gosh. So we are just staying under safety car because people are taking last minute pits.
Those mediums are not going to go to the end. There's no way.
No shot.
No shot. Those hards might, though.
Yeah, the hards probably will, but it's going to be difficult.
I mean, have we got Galaxy Lives, Andrew Fairley, Ayub Khan in a provisional podium? That podium here.
You're running that just purely off of they're the farthest ahead hard runners.
Oh yeah, obviously they still have the guys behind them.
Yep, there goes
I
safety
mean,
car.
yeah, there's Taz, FedEx, everyone. Oh yeah,
Safety car's
so
running in.
Perry's not caught up. He's gonna have to catch up now.
Yeah, he will
very quick.
probably just barely make it. But he's had a tough race anyway, man. Like he had a big struggle in qualifying, and now he's struggling in the race itself. It's just tough, man. I feel bad for Kays. I'm hoping he can catch back up, but I don't know. Actually, he's got a lot of work to do to get through Ascari and get up the field that fast. If he does, it's gonna be miraculous. I kind of want to almost stay on his camera. This is the chase of the century. Oh, he's getting hit with the glitch, where the traction control glitch, where it forces you to slow down before everybody else launches.
Oh,
That's
that
tough.
sucks. They are going to be getting along. No,
There you
coming
go.
very wide. When's he going to go?
Taking a sweet time, and he hits it.
Off he goes. Yeah,
Nice.
Rishon though got the slipstream using battery. Are we going to see him have a look into turn 1?
Oh, I see a problem right here. Lucas Eduardo dives it on Galaxy. Can he hold it? He goes on the outside. It's the problem that happened with his teammate Matty, but Lucas Eduardo got more space than Galaxy. And they're fighting for it all the way to turn 3. They're still side by side. Holy smokes, flying down into the start.
Yeah.
Oh, they almost got contact. But Lucas Eduardo does make it out alive, and he stays in front.
Yeah, Maximilian fighting Andrew Fairley now going side by side.
Oh, yeah, they are.
Chicane into the Lesmers, still side by side. None of them wanting to concede.
So brave. They're still. Oh, okay, finally. He
has the
concedes.
position. But still, nonetheless, pretty great racing.
That was brave. Now that there's no more wets out there, everyone's gonna be going as crazy as possible. The AM just barely closes off Ivcon. Ivcon has to sit back, but he has the closest gap out of anybody. Now at the very top, we got Rishon, Noel Carlin, now just down to 2/10 separates the top 2. That is much more like it. And it's closing. 1/10 now. And remember, 2 more laps, and then we do get DRS enabled now that it is dry.
That's a very good point. Actually, I didn't think about that.
Now that DRS is
Rishon.
available. Oh, he's going to go for it. He's going to get him.
Yep. Going to be side by side into turn 1. We don't want to see what we saw yesterday and them taking each other out. Rishon diving it down the inside. He's going to have the position. No Common looking for the switchback, not quite able to do it, and has lost the lead. But DRS enabled very shortly. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Now, I'm in the back right here. I'm looking at Copy right now. He just had to lose a position to Lewis Piper, but Copy is now under pressure from Noah Carlin's teammate, Fedot. Mercedes looking for a nose or something to get in front of the Haas, but he just can't quite get there. No one seems to be stretching the track limits in turn 4 anymore now that the race has started and qualifying's over. Do you think that's smart, or do you think these guys should be kind of trying for it a little bit more?
I mean, I think in the rain it's a lot more difficult to overtake, so you want to go for those moves. Now they're in the dry. I mean, you got the DRS. There's no reason. I mean, if you're in the lead, I don't see the reason to fight too much. But I think the midfield, you want to get closer to the lead. So,
yeah.
And
what was it that you said about the people that are for sure going to be on the potential podium because they were all running hards? Where are they at now?
Wow, all of the back apart from Galaxy Lives.
I know.
But,
Hey, that's bad.
Long race.
Tough.
Long race, because
long race.
they don't have to pit again. If they can stay within the DRS, they're going to get carried, and those medium runners will just be done. I think Galaxy Lives looking in a prime position to win the race here.
You think Galaxy really? You are really
yeah.
on the hard tire train, man. You're drinking the Kool-Aid. Hey, you might be right though. You definitely might be right. You never know. But DRS is enabled, so they're going to go around about 5 more turns. They're going to be able to get DRS again. Ferrari of Maximilian Luker just trying to fight for that last whole point position against Rafa Martins, who wants it. But Max looks like he's holding it down pretty fine. Up at the top, I'm going to go back up there. Check out Noel Carlin, who does cut turn 4 pretty massively. And then gets to the gravel, loses a little bit of time to Lucas Eduardo, and loses a lot of time to Rishon.
Let's hope he's not out of DRS.
It's just,
that would not be very good.
Noel, he's just barely in it. He's still got it. But it's not nearly as close of a gap as it used to be. Down the field, Lewis Piper makes easy work of Matty. Lewis Piper is burning all this DRS though, versus basically everybody else in the field saving some. What do you think about that strategy from Lewis Piper, just trying to go sprint for these first couple laps? And
I mean, when you're in the DRS train in a track like this, that's mostly straight line. Yeah, go for it. Honestly, I feel like it's definitely an advantage track position. When you have the ERS won't really matter as much.
Speaking of
So
DRS,
yeah, go for the track position. Noel Carmen back into the lead.
pretty comfortably.
But that was the help with DRS.
Yeah,
Um,
and it was comfortable too. He had it done like long before the corner. So, yeah, that DRS at the very top is definitely going to be making these guys trade places lap after lap. Now, remember at the very first race what Rishon's strategy was to just kind of hold back?
oh yeah.
Do you think
Are
he's
we
going to
gonna
do that
see
again?
I mean, we've seen him go for the overtake before, so I don't know.
I feel like it just depends on his mood. Some days he's in the mood to go crazy, and some days he's in the mood to just kind of chillax and sit back and let the race play out as it plays out. I don't know. I wish there was a way to just like, talk to them while they're driving. Imagine we did it like NASCAR does, where they talk to them while they're driving.
Did they? I don't watch NASCAR.
They do. It's a terrible idea in my opinion, but it's awesome TV. Great television. Being a great television, I think Rishon's going to have a pass made up on Noah Carlman with DRS with like almost no effort. On the next one, Maximilian Lucart, first penalty of the day.
Ooh.
Congratulations, Max.
We're doing so well.
I know. I'm surprised it took this long.
Maximilian in a Ferrari sandwich at the moment. You know what annoys me?
Huh.
When I've watched career modes like Arabs, and he would say that Maximilian is in a McLaren sandwich, as Roshan has taken the lead. Sorry, this is probably a bit more of an important thing to talk about, as he does go deep, but it's going to keep the position nonetheless.
Just barely.
Noel Coleman actually going to have a really good exit there. Are we going to see him? No, not quite. But I was going to say, Arab would say like he was in a McLaren sandwich because he's not anymore. But when you have a sandwich, do you call it a bread sandwich, or do you call it a filling, like what the filling is sandwich?
That's a really good point. That is a really good point.
That needs to be addressed more.
That is really funny. I never even thought about that. That's actually hilarious. I never thought about that, but you are absolutely right. That is totally correct. I say something like McLaren sandwich all the time. I say that all the time. But you're right.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, if you think about it, every single place that you're ever in, you're in a whatever team you're driving sandwich. Because that's your filling. Because I've seen sandwiches with one type of bread on top, one type of bread on the other, or on the bottom, right? So considered a sandwich.
Yeah.
Yep. So I guess you're just always sandwiched.
Yeah.
That's our point right here.
Life is an eternal sandwich. Someone stick that on the poster. Inspirational quote.
Oh. Speaking of inspirational quotes, K's not driving too inspirationally does.
Oh, medium
spin
people are
it.
going to get to box. Everyone is going to get to box, even some of the hard runners.
Is that a full safety car? No shot. It's a full safety car.
Oh.
Without a DNF. So K's, he's spun on a Scari. I caught him right as I was seeing him recover from his spin. But he spun on a Scari. And just by being in the middle of the track, he caused a safety car. Now, what do you think about all these guys going soft?
On to softs and medium. The softs are not going to last 12 laps.
No way.
That's a mistake.
They're lasting 6 laps.
I think I've gone the mediums. I think the hard runners, they can go the mediums. Oh, because the medium guys, they're not going to have another set of mediums. So these hard guys, maybe they've just done the best strategy ever, because now they're going to be out on the mediums.
You're right. Just maybe. Now also, I do want to say, with these guys going on softs, do you think maybe they're expecting to have a couple more laps, like a long safety car period again? What do you think?
I mean, you can never rely on that.
Yeah, you can't. You're right.
I'm saying that he may have spun him.
Ayub Khan thinks that he spun out FedEx or Case.
I think so.
Oof. Possible. This is racing. Usually people don't spin. Well, people do spin by themselves all the time, actually. Hey, we do have the top guys all popping in the pits. Every single one of them has gone to the pits. What's Taz? Even Taz has. Yeah. They all have 20 seconds or more worth of advantage of the next guy in behind them. So it's all free pit stops no matter what. The AM, though, the only one not to pit, now leads the race on 7-lap old mediums. That is a bit of a questionable strategy, if you ask me.
You got to take risks.
Yeah, I guess
that's
you're
what
right.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, if you've got no other perceivable chance to win it, may as well take the track position while you got it. and see what happens. That's a good point. Well, any of those guys that pit late get messed up by it? It doesn't look like it. I think all of them were just fine and kept their positions. So Taz, even Taz is right in front of Fiat.
Yep.
This is gonna be an interesting finish. Oh, I've got one more. Fun fact for you.
Oh yeah.
Ready for it?
Yeah.
So, did you know? I'm gonna start all these with. Did you know? Did you know that?
Slightly cases. No, I did not know.
Basically every single time. So, fun fact. Giuseppe Farina, the very first F1 world champion, won the very first F1 world championship here at Monza. And he is the only driver in history to have won the world championship at his home race.
Wow, I didn't know that. That's cool.
That's the weirdest part about it. Since 1950, since the very, very, very first one, nobody's ever won it at their home race.
Oh, what a place that would be to do it at your home race, and in Monza as well.
Oh, I know, right? With the most avid Formula One fans in the entire world.
Yep. I gotta say, these hards and softs, guys, I think the medium is the best tire to beat.
You think so?
Those softs are not going to get to the end comfortably. The hards are going to be horrible at the end of the race. I mean, we'll see.
Now, you said something about Galaxy Lives looking in the best position possible because he was on the hards. Now, look at him.
Could be.
He's on the mediums. Ooh.
I don't think I think his tires going to be too dead. They'll basically act like hards until the end, to be honest.
Oh, for sure.
In terms of pace.
Yeah, for sure. However, I do want to say he has made up lots of positions since the start. He is up. What's he up? 8 positions? And then Lewis Piper's also up 8 positions. FedEx is down 12, though. Big rip for him.
Oh, wow.
I know.
Yeah, not gone his way today.
That one you hate to see. Back to the tire map. Yeah, I'm going to keep it on tires for now. So this will probably be where the safety car comes in, which means we're going to have 10 laps of hot racing. Those softs probably sitting at around 8% already worth of wear. And they might be able to get it done. You never know. They're going to be screaming at like 60% wear by the time the race is over on those softs at the best. Maybe even worse. So let's see if they get another safety car and they get lucky, or if this race is going to finish out how it's in the order that we got right here. The AM going to restart our grid pretty soon. In just a few seconds. Chiz, who are you watching on this restart?
I'm currently on board now, Carmen, just trying to get a good view of the leaders.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Yeah.
I wonder if Galaxy Lives is going to get a stellar start. I'm going to sit on him. Because he does have the better compound.
Yeah.
We've got the AM still holding it up. And wait for it. There he goes. Yeah, he's off. I had a feeling he was going to go right around there. Galaxy Lives did not get the start that I thought he would. Lucas Eduardo got a solid one in the back. Fiat really got a good one. And the McLaren of Taz is defending the Mercedes like crazy.
Oh, Rishon with a big rear lockup. Rishon got a big rear lockup there, forcing the AM. And the AM has a 3-second time limit for pulling a cutting. Not really anything he could do there. He had to turn away, otherwise Rishon would have made contact. So I'm sure he'll appeal that after the race.
I'm sure he will. There was some some crazy action in the back. Fiat made them go 3 wide through turn 1 after forcing a pretty big mistake.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. The AM going straight on at turn 4.
Yeah, he did.
And just got a time penalty again.
He missed it. Now we're back up the front. The 2 top runners, Rishon and Noel Carmen, back at it again. They're still fighting. Galaxy Lives has made up a couple positions too. He's now sitting in 5th. He restarted, I want to say, in 7th. So pretty solid from him. Can he continue to improve on this better compound before the DRS comes out and starts shaking up everybody and keeping them all in the same spot? Taz also still on the attack. Taz has been driving pretty aggressively on this restart. He's trying to put his nose up in front of Matty. He decides to stay back and get a better exit at Parabolica instead, which did not work out for him. Just kidding, it did. That's Taz. Side by side. McLaren versus Aston. Check this out. 6th and 7th. They're going to go too wide into turn 1. Matty is going to do the exact same thing he did last time, and he's not going to back out. Oh, he decided to... He actually did back out. Oh, look at him go. He learned. Then down the grid.
How's that getting up into P6 now? So good job from him. Fedor is getting 8 positions, same with Lewis Piper, so those guys doing pretty well. Yeah,
they've been on a tear, huh? So those soft runners now, how are you thinking about them now that we're into the second lap of running? What do you think? Do you think they're making a good decision or still a bad decision?
Well, they're going to be in... Oh, the AM has spun around.
He has. That's not too good.
He's going in. The soft runners, obviously, they're going to be quick because they're softs, but they're going to wear out too quickly, and I think they're going to have to pit again.
Yeah.
For sure.
The AM looking like Pinocchio.
Otherwise, they risk a puncture.
Yeah, you're right. That is a good point. The AM kind of looks like Pinocchio whenever he just doesn't have the wing on there. Have you noticed that the cars look very funny and they look like a little anteater? But the wing. Dude, don't they?
I don't like that you've told me that because I'm not going to be able to unsee that.
Especially because it's really close to the ground, which is it's not quite like an elephant because an elephant's trunk would be pretty high up. Much more like an anteater where the trunk is like right on the ground. Yeah, you're never going to unsee that. Speaking of something that somebody can't unsee, Rishon can't seem to unsee Noah Carlman in his mirror. He cannot seem to gap him out.
That's good. That was good. I
like that right there, right? Thank you. He can't seem to gap him out, and both of them... Oh, actually, Rishon making a slight error into turn 4. Cuts a little bit much and gets snapped oversteer, so... Maybe Rishon's actually feeling some pressure today. He seems to be the most cool, calm, collected cucumber on the grid, but... I don't know if he's holding it down today or if his mental fortitude is getting challenged with an attacking Noah Carlman, who's on fire trying to get his first win here. Is he going to dive into the inside through Ascari? He's looking at it. He decides not to. He wants to pressure him instead. That could have been brave. That would have been insane if he did that.
Yeah, it's too risky, especially when you've got Galaxy Lives right behind him on the mediums.
That's a good point. To go slow through there means to just allow Galaxy Lives free time to get up close to him. Yeah, good point. Well, now we do have DRS available, so Noah Carlman will probably get past. Oops. He'll probably get past, but just kidding. He decides to not even try it. Pretend to stick a nose down, see if Rishon makes a mistake. Dummy was not sold. And he stays behind. Down the grid, do you see your boy Ayub Khan? He's looking pretty solid in 12th. He's going to make up 2 positions off penalties, too. Look at that. He's sitting in the points right now.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, we still got, obviously, those soft guys to pit.
Yes.
So I'm hoping it's more.
Yes.
But he could be looking at a P8 here.
And the one that you're really, really stoked about was Galaxy Lives, who you thought might even be the best chance to win. He's sitting in 3rd place.
I still do. Okay, actually, no, maybe not. Those hards will go to the end.
But he's making up time. Those mediums are going to go to the end, too, for sure. And Galaxy Lives is catching time here.
Is it enough? I mean, he is within the DRS, obviously. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Lucas Blakey went from P3 to P1 on the last lap in F1, so we'll see.
Exactly. You never know.
If he can do the same. Is Rishon going to take Noel Carmen out? I guess we'll see.
I don't think we've even seen... So the only time we've seen Rishon get in a crash was that first race, huh? With Balazs.
Oh, yeah.
There goes...
Oh, it's Noel Carmen.
Yeah, he ran for it. That was smart timing for that. Now, will Galaxy Lives try to be opportunistic? No, he just lets them... That's round. Oh,
but he brakes very late there, nearly going for Rishon. Yellow flag in sector 3. Max really luck up the other Ferrari, retiring in the pits. I mean, at the home race, come on, P16 and 18, 2 DNFs. That's just very sad.
That hurts for the Ferrari fans. No one like that.
You know who will like that? VAM, because he gains a position.
Oh, that's correct. He will love that. You're right. Good.
He's just the fastest lap in the race.
Look at him go. He's on those fresh laps because he broke his wing and started looking like the anteater that I told you about. So that's why he's doing so well right now. Now, speaking of doing so well, Galaxy Lives doing well. Rishon, though, not going to try to make the move here before Ascari. as you say, very smart to not let Galaxy Lives get up there. But if either of them make that mistake, keep actually picking escape. If either of them make that mistake and try to go for a move into Ascari, you think that's going to mean Galaxy Lives gets 2 free positions?
Yeah. That was a very, very interesting response there. Just yeah. No. Yeah, it's so difficult because there's only 11 corners that you have to use the tires to capitalize on, and then it's so easy. Sorry, goodness me, I got 3.5 hours sleep last night. I couldn't sleep, and then they it's all about the exits, I guess. So I guess if they do have a bad corner, he could, but then he might just get overtaking it again with DRS. So it's really subjective.
Yeah, I think you're right. Now, Rishon is still looking pretty solid. He did take the lead back on that last DRS spot. And if we think about it this way, let's imagine they trade places every single lap. So into lap 24, they trade. Into lap 25, they trade back to Rishon. Into lap 26, they trade. And into lap 27, they trade back to Rishon. So if they keep trading positions every single time they go through the start-finish line, Rishon will end up in front on the final lap. So,
yep, and he's got to stay ahead for the whole lap as well.
Me doing the quick maths in my head.
Do you want to be at the front or the back? Is that the first or second even on the last lap? I don't know, because you got the guy behind you pushing. Oh, he's going to have DRS in the middle sector. He's going to have slipstream. He's going to have ERS. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of somebody who's probably going to make a pass, I'm looking in the back at P-Dot versus Copy. That 8th, 7th, and P-Dot's going to have DRS on Copy, but Copy seems to be dumping. Yeah. He decides he actually ends up keeping it. Oh, and Noel Carlman did not try to make the pass in that DRS zone. So maybe he was doing the math too, and he decided it's not worth it for that lap yet. He wants to pass on this next lap. Who knows? Do you think they're thinking that far ahead of being master strats right now? What do you think?
Big brain. That's my response.
If he is thinking that hard, that is big brain. That's maybe just us with the luxury of no adrenaline to where we can think about all that kind of stuff. But they're just over there just saying, I just need to go fast.
And they gotta think different, you know. Some guys try the things.
This is very true. Now Galaxy Lives on that strategy that you love, sitting on the mediums. He's gaining time.
Yeah, I've been on board with him, just sitting comfortably behind.
But he seems to not really be able to make up too much time through Sector 2. Is where it seems like he's
I don't
really
know how
losing
much
time.
he's really pushing the AM.
Yeah. Ooh.
I think just spun out. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Noel's going for it. Yep, didn't even have to try.
Yeah, Galaxy Lives. My mate is 3 wide into turn 1. There's no way. He's going to make it for it. He's going to get 2 wide, but he's going to get boxed in by the Mercedes, but he's going to try and send it around the outside. He heard what you said, and he's responded to it, because he's going to still be there. Such clean racing. Who's going to get the better exit?
That was gorgeous.
Actually lives on the mediums, but no. It was just Andrew Fairley retiring in the pits. Not really relevant right now.
Rishon and Galaxy making contact.
Interlocking tires. Oh, look at that! Noel Carman blocking the inside line. Or was he giving Galaxy slipstream? I don't know.
I don't know, but that is not what Rishon needs right now. That's just going to slow him down. The Galaxy, that's exactly what he needs, because he does not care about those guys' races. He just wants to win. And that was definitely playing the right win condition. That was brave. I'm surprised they kept that so clean, because there was wheel bumping. There was some shoving with each other. That was close.
Yep.
But now look at the ERS totals from the 3 drivers. Noel Carlman sitting in front, most ERS. Galaxy Lives got none left to go, and he is comfortably in the back now.
Are not going to be looking too comfortable either. The 9 laps old, they will be starting to wear off as well.
Yeah. So Galaxy Lives using
those
all
10 lap old softs. If you cut, sorry to interrupt, but if you cut to the soft runners, look at they got like the tire wear lines on their tires.
Oh, it's
2
bad.
laps to go. Can they make it?
And Rafa Martins almost spins in on those 10 lap old
he does.
softs. Yeah, he has to go pop. He's popping the pits.
Yep.
Galaxy Lives getting pressured. Lewis Piper came out of nowhere. Where the heck did that guy come from? What? We weren't even paying any attention to him, and that was our mistake. We were sleeping on him, and he just came out of nowhere and started pressuring Galaxy Lives for the podium. Now Galaxy has something to worry about. Now Taz is getting to the action too. It's 3 wide from 3rd, 4th, and 5th, all fighting for the last spot, and that's McLaren tapping the Red Bull. They still stay alive, but barely. The Red Bull tries to close off the Alpine, and they're going side by side. Lesbo 1, wheels interlocking, somehow keeping it together. Oop, another bump. Lesbo 2, Red Bull gets in front. Red Bull's in
he's
front.
going to get the switchback. Nah, not quite able to, but he's going to have the run down the straight now. Can he do it? He will.
Oh, he will.
Move to the outside. He's probably going to get the position. Yeah, I can't. Is Galaxy Lives going to fight it? Yeah,
oh
no,
gosh. And then also a little bit farther ahead, Noah Carmen and Rishon just switched positions going into the straight before Ascari, which I'm surprised. Because now that means Rishon has the opportunity to switch positions again and take it back to start the last lap.
You know, my boy Ayub Khan in P11 right now, cyclist to points, will copy get a puncture. We'll see. It's on the last lap now. But the more important battle is Rishon because he's got the DRS.
He's got it.
The rear wing right open. Moves to the outside. He gets the first position into the final lap. Can he keep it just for the rest of this lap?
Ooh. Yeah, he held it. He held it just fine.
We'll see. We'll see. Rishon, this would be his 3rd race win, his 2nd one in a row.
In the back, dude.
We'll see.
You should check out that 4th, 5th, and 6th battle. Those guys are going insane, man.
Khan is in the points.
Oh, he did
again.
It. And he already had it on. He already had
left.
it on penalties too. So now he's actually in there for reals. But Noel Carlman. Oh, look at this, dude. He's 2/10 away. Is he gonna try to? He is gonna go for it here. Guarantee you.
Surely, look at that. ERS, both of them with it on.
For the DRS advantage.
He's not close enough.
Oh, you never know. You never know. He's going for it.
He's gonna be close enough.
Oh, he's gonna go for it. But he
backs out. He tries to force Rishon to break 2 later so he can get a session, but he's now got his final straight now. Can he win on final straight? Because he's got a much better run. He's got the ERS. Rishon is nearly out of ERS. They're both pretty much on the same level, but he's going to send it
from the
outside. I was expecting the inside there, but I don't think that's going to be enough because he needs a monster exit. He's going to need the monster ERS. Is that going to? Is he going to be able to do it? No, it's not.
It's not.
Rishon, is he going to get
Rishon? Well done from Rishon.
Oh, I wish Noel Carmen hadn't backed out at the end there because we could have got like a difference in the win by like a 10th.
Oh my gosh, that was close. Wow, well done from him. And then Taz coming out of nowhere, popped himself up in the 3rd after capitalizing on the kerfuffle between Galaxy Lives, Maddie, and Lewis Piper. He moved up 4 positions in the last 2 laps. Yeah. Ridiculous from the McLaren.
Copy was able to hold on to those soft tires. Ayub Khan did get the single point.
He did.
In the end. So,
wow.
Good job from him.
Copy, that is brave that he could hold on to those soft tires. That's gnarly. You know, if I was to give my driver of the day right now, I'm going to say to Taz. This dude, he absolutely...
I was just thinking that. Where did he start? 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad, not bad.
Lewis Piper up 7 positions, though. Great race from him. From way out of the points into 6th. That's pretty solid. That was a good race, man. That end was wild. And we were talking about how Monza always creates some crazy finishes, and look at what it did.
That's gotta be. I mean, we've seen Suzuka this as well. When they have those battles where they're interchanging these stuff, and it's so exciting to watch.
I absolutely agree. And out of all 18 drivers, 16 of them did finish. So that's phenomenal too. Well done. From those guys. Unfortunate for the 2 DNFs, but we're going to go ahead and check out our race results here for the Italian Grand Prix. AM Rishon sitting in 1st place. Great race from him. 2nd place did go to Noel Carlman. 3rd to Taz. 4th to Galaxy Lives, who had the master strats, but then got messed up by Lewis Piper coming in there along with Maddie. Maddie got up in front in 5th. Lewis in 6th. Lucas Eduardo in 7th. Copy in 8th, almost soft finishing. 9th place went to the shipping man himself, FedEx, and 10th to our fan favorite Ayub Khan. K's, VDOT, Ralph Martins, AM, Andrew Fairley, and the AM were the last of the finishers. We had 4 DNFs, excuse me, because there were people that DNF'd in the pits. I forgot about those guys. And the fastest lap did go to Ralph Martins. Holy smokes, man!
Wow,
that was wild.
Wow. Yeah.
Wow. Have you already posted for some interviews?
I was totally just about to do that. So
Look
yeah,
at that. Perfect.
Who was it?
It's
Taz,
Rishon, Noel Carmen, and Taz.
Noel, yeah.
Yes. I will say McLaren of Taz coming in at the very end and getting opportunistic and taking those positions at the very end was really great from him. I think it was Genius Copies saying he had 90% tire wear on those softs. Somehow did not get a puncture. That is some serious tire whispering.
I'm gonna drag these guys in here now. No Carmen and Rishon.
Let me know who's in first.
Both of them.
Wow.
Well, hello, guys.
Hello.
Rishon,
Yeah.
Noel,
Hello.
Carmen. I'm going to start with you. Congratulations on a heck of a race.
Thank you.
This is a little bit different than some of your last races, is it not?
Well, in what context do you mean?
Is this your best result?
No, I've won.
Oh, you did? Was it the week that I wasn't here? I probably was. Which race
I
was
think
it?
you did,
Yeah, I
in
won
Spa,
Belgium.
actually.
In Belgium. Yeah.
Yeah, it was the race I wasn't here. Dang it.
Yeah.
That's
correct.
fine. Well, hey, welcome back to the podium.
Yeah, thank you, mate.
And now you're in the interview box with the worst interviewer in the world. Just kidding. I'm not that bad. That's awesome, man. I think your quali pace was ridiculous, and you setting that lap as your only valid lap, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
that is amazing. That needs to be talked about. You should.
I had an invalid lap of 120.4.
Hold on. So you went from an invalid 120.4 to a valid 118.9.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think happened to you? Did you just turn something on? The clutch gene, kicked in. What happened?
Well, it was a decent lap, obviously, but no big mistakes. You sector 1, I'm bad as usual, but we all know that, and I was just into it, wasn't I? So yeah, felt good.
That was a great lap. And then Rishon, man, you had him pressured from start to finish. How was that battle between you two? Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, we just pulled out of the gap together, and it was just massive sort of teamwork from us. And yeah, just I owe him something at this rate, man.
Seriously, you guys having the DRS trade-off was definitely pretty helpful. However, in those last couple laps, Galaxy Lives popped in there and started getting a little getting a little rough with you. How did you handle that? You guys were going wheel to wheel bumping on lap 26, if I recall.
Yeah, it was pretty scary actually. Especially into turf 3. I was trying to leave him as much space as I could, and he kept bumping into my left rear, so I thought I was going to spin.
I gave
And
you
I
all
was
the slipstream as well.
Trying to go a bit to the right, and I was just really scared actually. But well, anyway, it was close, but well, came out of it alive. So
Yeah, I think you guys somehow keeping that clean was pretty impressive. I did see you guys bumping wheel to wheel. As you're right, that left rear seemed like it was in danger from getting clipped. But I don't even know how you kept it clean, but you guys did. And then somehow you came out of that not just alive in the first place, but then with the energy to go push for a win again. And then you somehow took it. When did you get that pass? I want to say it was on the main straight, but I saw you guys make a trade-off in Ascari. Were you trying to strategize and give him positions in certain spots so you could get him back on the next DRS, or was there no strategy? You're just like push, push, push.
No, I was like, okay, we work together. We were in a VC, right? So we were like just working together. And I was like, okay, you have this win. Next time we're in this situation, I win. So it's like a deal,
trade offer. And well, yeah, massive props to him to keeping true to his word. And yeah, absolute legend.
Yeah, so then now, Rishon, your lead in the championship has grown even more. You're feeling pretty solid right now, or are you still feeling a little, for lack of a term, anxious? Because we're just past the halfway mark now.
I think there's no reason to feel comfortable until the championship's over. So
What a winner thing to say.
That is a great answer. That reminds me of an interview that I heard from Kobe Bryant, where he was him and the Lakers, they were up, I think they were up, it was match point, or it was a series point the next match afterwards. I think they were up like 3-1 in the series. And some interviewer said like, hey, you're up 3-1, like, how you feeling? And Kobe just looks at the camera guy and he's like, job's not done. That
job's not done indeed.
Job's not done.
It's only over when it's all over. And next round's Imola. It's not one of my strongest tracks, and then round 8 Brazil, another one of my weak tracks.
Oh, Brazil.
But well, yeah, I think we'll still keep pushing 100% and try and get a few more wins. Of course, repay Noel for his absolute sportsmanship today, and yeah.
Yeah, you guys were awesomely fun to see drive next to each other. And I will say, you guys got a little bit lucky because the 3rd through 7th battle was insane. They were going crazy on each other in the last couple laps. And it definitely, I think, saved you a little bit because Chiz was saying you guys were both going to lose to Galaxy Lives. He said Galaxy Lives had better strategy than you guys.
Hey, I made the bold calls. High risk, high reward.
But unfortunately, Galaxy Lives, I think he pushed a little bit too hard, and that ended up pushing him back one more spot. And Taz somehow just capitalized on everybody's craziness and made himself up into that 3rd place spot. So, yeah, guys, phenomenal race. What lessons are you taking from this week, bringing into next week?
Work together.
Well, yeah, I echo his words.
Teamwork is the best, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely is, and yeah,
that's a good answer.
Nothing. I don't have much more to say except that I'm pretty happy now.
Good. Yeah. Well, hey guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you so much for joining us in the interview box, and thank you so much for the wonderful race.
Thank you.
We will see you guys in 7 days for Imola.
Yep.
Thank you.
Bye.
Later, all. Alrighty, Chiz. Well, hey, now let's go ahead and go check out that calendar. Even though you're right, it is the calendar. The calendar is wrong. We are going to Imola next week, and then Brazil the week after, as we want to go back-to-back Italy. Any of the last words you want to say before we go thank our sponsors?
Well, obviously a big thank you. Couldn't do it without them. Key parts to PSGL. A great thing. I think we see some great racing today, and I just hope we have I just hope we have the same thing, same vibe. Because the past 2 weeks in a row, I'm sure we'll see it again, especially because we've had 2 different drivers one different driver last week, obviously with Balish Palmer. This week we have Noel Carmen. Maybe we can have a 3-way fight next week, which would be awesome to see.
You never know. It's always possible.
Nothing but excitement.
Yes. Well, hey, thank you again to our sponsor, GT Omega. Let's go ahead and play their video, and we're going to see you guys next week for Imola. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and have a great rest of your week. Later, everybody.
Bye.
Broadcast was brought to you by GT Omega and Grid Rival, proudly supporting PSGL.